Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Film Grind, where we talk about everything and anything independent film wise, or just film in general, but mainly no budget, micro budget, low budget films, because that's the least that's my expertise. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm Franklin Korea, and today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of people have been talking about recently, and I've seen it in a lot of groups on Facebook, and it's the ROI. For those of you who don't know what an ROI is, an ROI is a return on interest. Now, for guys like me, or let's just say for ladies and gentlemen that are in my situation, making independent films, a lot of us don't have the luxury of having an ROI because we don't have the luxury of having a named talent in our film, or having somebody, finance our film for us. You know what I mean? Because we just don't have that capability. You know what I mean? We're not Hollywood. We're not built like that. We're built to do movies the way that we know how to make movies. Guerrilla filmmaking 101. You know what I mean? Shoot without permits, get the shot done, get in and get out, and that's it. But with the ROI, people say, have you ever made a return on interest on any of your films, Frank? And I say, yeah. Actually, I have. But I've been in this business over 20 years, going on 22 years, 23 years now. And I just recently, like within the last 3 years, saw a return on interest on two of my films. You know what I mean? People think that it happens overnight, and it doesn't. Sometimes you gotta, suck it up and swallow your pride and just say, hey, man, you know what? At least my film is out there. At least people are watching my movie. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and go, well, I need to make money. Because sometimes you just can't. You can't make it. It won't happen. You just move on, and maybe on your next film, you'll make money. You know what I mean? But the whole thing of making a return on interest is keeping your costs low when you're shooting your movie. And a lot of people, all right, let me give you an example, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an example because I don't want to leave anybody out. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an example. Today I was on Facebook, and I was in a group, one of the film groups, and somebody said, hey, check out the pilot for my episode check out the pilot for my new web series. We shot it in 3 days with a minimal a minimal crew of 3 people, and we shot it for $5,000. And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, why did you spend $5,000 on a pilot, a 15-minute pilot? You know what I mean? And somebody responded back and said, for $5,000 you can shoot a feature film. And somebody responded back and goes, $5,000 to shoot a feature film, that seems kind of low. I would love to see any of these films. And I said, bro, are you serious? Are you really kidding me? I was like, El Mariachi was shot for a little less than $7,000. The movie Primer was shot for between $6,000 and $7,000. There's another movie called The Battery that was shot for $5,000. The Trauma cult classic movie Redneck Zombies was shot for $5,000. My film, my second feature film, that I paid paid out of my own pocket, $4,800, flash drive, which we shot back in 2010, and it got picked up for distribution in 2012, and it was my only movie to ever be put into Blockbuster at that time. But then Blockbuster closed down. But at least I can say it was there, FYE, Best Buy, stuff like that. But the thing is that, I never made any money on that movie because of the distributors. You know what I mean? A lot of these distributors, they give you an overhead capital so you don't make a return on investment. And they say, hey, man, we're going to charge you $50,000 or $40,000 or $60,000 to put your movie out there, and once we recoup all that money, then you'll make money. And it's like, okay, but we're in 2022 now, okay? You're not doing DVDs anymore, boo boo. So why are you charging me $50,000 or $60,000 or $40,000? You know what I mean? Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? The art. If you want to change the artwork, that's fine. That's $1,000. Fine, I can see that. You know what I mean? You want to say you want to say most of them don't even advertise. Most distributors don't even advertise. That, you know what I mean? You have to do everything yourself. So it's like, what are you doing? Why are you charging me so much money? And that's why nobody never sees a return on interest. Now, the only way you see a return on interest is if you got somebody like Eric Roberts in your movie, somebody with a known name. You know what I mean? Tay Diggs, whoever it may be, Clifton Collins. You might see a return on investment. You know what I mean? But the thing is that return on investment is mainly for people who have people backing them up already, or they have a name attached to their movie that they can pay, that they have to pay. So that ROI comes in handy. But majority of the time, people like myself and people like you guys, ladies and gentlemen, who are independent filmmakers, most of the time we don't see a return on interest. You know what I mean? We don't. So sometimes you just gotta suck it up and move on to the next film and say, now I could possibly make a return on interest and make some money. But how do I do that? Now, I said on episode 1, the late great Albert Pion, my friend and mentor, who just passed away recently, he always used to say, keep your costs low. Minimal cast, minimal locations, minimal crew, and if you can, salvage whatever you can from your other films, your previous films, and see if you can use it or rework it into the movie. So that way you keep your costs down. So the less money you spend, the more likely you're going to make money back. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, a lot of people say, oh, well, I put $10,000 into my movie and I never saw a dime. And it's like, why did you put $10,000 into the movie? Did you have anybody in your movie? No. We shot it on the red and stuff. Listen, it doesn't matter what camera you shoot it on anymore. It doesn't. It's about, I always say this, and I've been saying this for years now. As long as you got decent audio and a good story, your film will go places. But people say, oh, no, but, I want to shoot it in 2K and 4K. But what you don't understand is that the distributors want it in 1920 by 1080 because the formatting of 2K and 4K, the files are so big that it takes up too much room on their hard drive spaces. You know what I mean? And they're like, that's why when you go to a distributor, they're like, hey, send us your hard drive. Make sure that it's at least a terabyte, so we can just take your movie from there. But make sure that it's 1920 by 1080, or if you want 2K, we can probably do 2K, but don't go higher than that because it's a low budget movie. We're not pushing for excellence. We're here to put out a good product and make money, and that's what they'll tell you. You know what I mean? Now, if your film gets picked up by Netflix or something like that, then they're gonna want 2K, 4K, 6K or whatever. But it all depends on who's in your movie, because people think, oh yeah, my movie's gonna get picked up by Netflix, and it's not that simple, boo boo. It's not. The system is hard. Like I said, I've mentioned this before to you guys. I've been in this business, like I said, over 20 years, maybe 22, 23 years now. I'm living here at home, but in my defense, I had for those of you who don't know, I had 2 heart attacks and I almost died. I actually did die, and by the grace of God, I was brought back to life, with the defibrillator, and I was given a second chance at life to do something right, and I'm still doing what I love. But I'm here to help as many people as I can, like I've been doing. And I'm not saying that I know everything, guys. I don't want you guys to think that I'm here to tell you that I know everything, but I've been through a ringer. In 20 years, you guys know that I've been through the ringer. I've I've been gaslit, so many times. Gaslit so many times. Let me tell you what gaslighting is. This is the second part of the episode. When somebody gaslights you, it means that they're bullshitting you basically. I'm trying not to curse, in these episodes, but and I'm trying to be professional and be mannerism. But when somebody gaslights you, it really pisses you off, and once again, like somebody that gaslights they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna get this location, that location. I got this person. I'm working with this person, that person, this person, that person. Look, I got letters of intent, blah 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 blah, and they never do anything. Right? The worst gaslighters are the ones that do Indiegogo campaigns. Right? They put down that they have, who's the famous one that they usually use? Oh my God, I can't think of his name. I can't think of their names right now, man. But there's a certain, like, either, Eric Roberts is one of them, but like, what's her name? Tara Reid is another one. Robert Lasardo is another one. And these people are like, hey man, I got Robert Lasardo and Tara Reid and Eric Roberts to be in my movie, and I got Ice-T to be a part of it too. And it's gonna be great. We need to raise money. And these guys will raise. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. These guys will raise, 10, 20, 30, 40, $50,000. And the movie will never get made. You know why? Because these guys gaslight everybody. They gaslit everybody. And they took the money and ran with it so they can live off of it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? There's one guy, I'm not even going to mention his name because I used to be friends with him, but, this guy made like, I think like 60,000, and I think the last time I checked, it was like 100,000 he made for his movie. And he's still doing an Indiegogo campaign for the last year. And he's like, oh yeah, this is going to be the greatest movie ever. Blah, blah, blah. And then when you look at his behind the scenes pictures, right, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at his behind the scenes pictures, it's him sitting on a stool, right? And then it's a cameraman, a boom pole operator, and then like 2 or 3 actors. That's it. So where did the money go? In his pocket. You know what I mean? And I can't stand when people do that. There's so many people out there that gaslight people. Yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing that. Or they tell you, they have all these, they get you to commit, and you change all your plans to do this one project, and then they change it, and it never happens. That's what gaslighting is, basically. Is people who bullshit you and screw you over. And it happens a lot in this business, ladies and gentlemen. It happens a lot. So be careful. Be careful, because the people who gaslight you, they're not going to do it once. They're going to do it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care. Because they live in this world. I don't know what kind of mentality they have. But stay away from these gaslit people, man. You know what I mean? Because when they explode, they're gonna try to bring down everybody that they can. You know what I mean? So stay away from people that are gaslighters. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. Not good. Not good for you. Not good for your whatever team you have or whatever. And that's that. You know what I mean? Now going back to the R.O.I, the return on interest. Like I said, like in the words of Albert Pionn, reuse all your stuff from other films that you've done. Try to shop at the dollar store, which is what I tell everybody. Minimal cast, minimal crew, like I said, and keep it simple. People tend to think things and over rationalize things, and then they say, "Oh man, I can't make this movie because of this and that." Now I can understand if you lose a location, but all you have to do is go and rewrite the script and say, not rewrite the script. I'm sorry, rework the script and say, okay, well, if this takes place in a house, why can't we just make it in the woods? You know what I mean? Why can't we switch it to the woods? If this takes place in an airplane, why can't we just make it in a house? You know what I mean? Like, you can always rework things. You know what I mean? It's not that hard, and people overthink things, and that's what happens. Your failure, your true enemy is yourself. You know what I mean? Your own failure is your demise. So, with that being said, I just wanted to reach out to you guys and talk about the ROI, because I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, I don't know what an ROI is," and some people were like, "I haven't seen an ROI yet in my movie," and it's like, well, you're probably not going to. So you got to keep your costs low if you want to see an ROI. All right, and if you, like I said, if you're an independent filmmaker, that does no budget, low budget, micro budget films, there's a pretty good chance you're not gonna get an ROI. You know what I mean? Really good chance, unless you have suitable name talent in your film and somebody backs you up. Other than that, you're probably not gonna see nothing. If you took it out of your own pocket, keep your costs low, and then you'll make your money back. You know what I mean? And that's it for now. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. On the next episode, we'll probably be talking about on the next episode. Who knows? Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Who knows? Leave your like, subscribe, and comment. Leave your comments below, and let me know what you guys would like to talk about. Maybe I'll do an interview a local talent, and find out what they feel about the business as well. So on that note, this is Franklin Correa. Thank you for watching the Film Grind. And remember, the reason why it's called the Film Grind, because this is a hustle. And we're always on the grind trying to make it, okay? And just like the blade cutting the wood, we have to keep on going. We have to keep on going, no matter what. All right? Thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. And take care. This is Franklin Correa. Until next time.